Hello, Mr. Jackson. I'm going to ask you three questions today. First of which is, what is digital citizenship?
Um, so I think digital citizenship is technically, I mean, in my own words, it's kind of like having boundaries on the internet. I think like a lot of people put out their information a lot like too quickly and too easily because they feel like their information is protected. But I think that digital citizenship is it's actually a way of like making the internet a safer place for not only you but also for your peers. Um, yeah, it's pretty much what I think about it. That's what I say. I think it is in my own words.
Yes, sir. And my second question is, what are the responsibilities of teachers in protecting students in online environments?
Um, I think I think that's hard because you can't just put responsibility on solely on teachers. I mean, but I think what the most important thing for it is informing them like the risks and like informing them of what digital citizenship is and what it means. I think that if kids know the proper precautions to take in the like the seriousness of what goes on the internet and what can happen on the internet, I think that they're more likely to be more careful. I think that that's often not um, portrayed, I guess, by teachers and in school settings, and that's not really something that you think about because it's not something that happens. I guess like I don't know the percentages, but I would assume that I mean it wouldn't happen to like everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, I think that like just keeping your kids informed and um, setting healthy boundaries inside of your class and saying, hey, well, while you're under my supervision, these are some rules that you need to abide by, there, and then explain why they're abiding by those rules, and really just open your classroom and create an environment of healthy communication that allows kids to be able to um, talk about it and to ask questions about it and feel comfortable enough to like understand it more. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all that they can do for it. I mean, there's like I said, there's responsibility in as far as like the kids go and parents as well, but that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, I think just making them understand it and drilling it in their minds that that's important because for a kid who doesn't really understand, they might make mistakes, but that type of stuff is super serious, and I think that if you explain the seriousness of it, but do it in a way that's just like informative and not in a way of like attacking people, but like I said, setting healthy boundaries um, so that these kids can know what to do and what not to do in those type of situations.
Yes, sir. And finally, my last question, what do you think are some common misconceptions about digital citizenship?
I think like common misconceptions about digital citizenship would probably be, I mean, the first one being like that it's a myth, or like like it's kind of just another like word that people are making up. It's not really a thing, but I think like it is real. I mean, I think that you know making or uh, people being good digital citizens helps protect not only yourself but like your peers as well. And I think that um, it's totally relevant because I mean, stuff bad stuff happens all the time on the internet, and I think that if you're not only conscientious, I don't know how to say the word, but
Conscious?
yeah. Anyway, you're conscious about like what you're doing and what you're putting out there, and if you're just trying to be really like I don't know if this is right, but like a good neighbor per se, um, you know, on the internet, then it helps. I think everybody out. And I think that if you make that known to everybody, and you yourself are practicing it, then I think that it makes, you know, I think it makes, the digital, atmosphere safer for everybody. And yeah,
Kind of more like that. Treat others how you want to be treated.
sure.
And just because we can't see you doesn't mean that it doesn't harm others.
Sure.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jackson, for your time today.